Okay.
Oh, we are
Should be coming.
live. We are live. Hey, hey, it's Miranda Monday. Well,
Are we on?
I believe we are.
Oh, okay.
Yep, you guys are good.
All right, guys. Oh, I was expecting an intro.
Yeah.
What is
fuck
going
it.
on, man?
Fuck it.
It is one of those days, guys.
It's a Monday. Man, we just had this conversation. Mondays. So well.
Guys, welcome
So well.
to another Monday Love. Welcome to the actual real episode 4 of season 4. We got a great show for you tonight. It's going to be a killer.
Yes, it is. Absolutely. I have been wanting to get him on for a very long time, but I wanted to wait until it was the proper time. And I think he's got so much going on. It is that time.
Oh, is it that time?
It is that time.
Are you sure?
It is that time. Pretty sure.
All right.
Yes, sir. So, without further ado,
let's welcome Bobby Naglicky. What's going on?
welcome.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for having me.
Oh,
No,
man.
thank
I'm
you.
excited, man. I'm a fan. So here I am. This is cool, man. I feel like I'm cheating because I shouldn't even be here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. So
You got all these famous people on here with talent.
oh, you've got
whatever,
so much
dude.
talent. Oh my God. Okay.
Well, these guys, everybody's, you know what it is? Everybody's got talent. That's the thing. And the internet has uncovered that. And now there's no more gatekeepers in the music community. There's no more gatekeepers on television or in Hollywood. There's 14-year-old kids with phones that are shooting videos that are on the same scale. So everybody
Yes.
It
really is.
Range of media and how you would get it and accept it
and like people, it boggles my mind. People have like a 7-second time span, like a mental span. They got to keep scrolling and scrolling. So these artists who are out here, they are having to put out music so frequently that it is insane.
Yeah. And they have to put it out so frequently because of the way that they are paid now, because everybody rents music and they don't actually buy it. So when you see someone like Morgan Wallen putting out an album with 32 or 36 songs,
that's who did that.
Ask yourself, that's bigger than double albums that used to come out, right? And the reason why is because it's 150 times that it's streamed. It's not any combination of those 150 equals an album. So that's why you can go back and look at albums that are on iTunes that you're like, what in the heck is this doing here? Well, that's because it's any combination of those 150. So when you come out with 36 songs at once, you're continually making it up. So you're not selling the album for $9.99, but you're getting it streamed 3 times as much. There you go. That's how they're tricking the system.
Real quick, before we keep going, can we get any shout outs or plugs that you might have?
The only thing that I would say is we did just drop a bunch of stuff on redditnation.com as far as some hunting stuff, but we're working on the Southern Fire Challenge. We have a hot sauce challenge we're working on, other stuff that we're building in the studio here as we speak, the recording studio. So just a bunch of stuff that's going on. You guys can always check out us on social media. We're under Reddit Nation. Most of them we got, except for TikTok, they took it because we were saying some stuff that they didn't agree with because, China. So they don't like when, you talk about America and stuff like that. So, but any of that stuff, man, we got a bunch of other stuff coming up. I talked to you about some stuff that we're going to be doing, helping you guys get some merchandise going. We got a program now where I'm going to teach everybody how to start their own brand. And we're able to help them do it because we've already done it. We've been doing it for 13 years. I was doing it even further back than that. And I don't care what you do. I don't care if you mold the heads of presidents out of driftwood. You can turn it into a passion that it monetized and do it for the rest of your life.
You
Abraham Lincoln.
You absolutely can. You
That's it.
absolutely can. So here's okay. Tell me about little Bobby growing up.
I'll tell you, one of the main reasons why I got into clothing is when I grew up in Florida, and Florida was really weird because it was like you had surfing, and then you had the woods, and then you had us hunting boar, but then you had us also surfing, and then you had, for a while, I'm a little bit older than you guys, but for a while there was this preppy thing going on. And when I was in school, these guys would wear the polo shirts, and you see a lot of the rappers and stuff now, they're into the whole polo again. They're kind of making a resurgence. But I always thought it was weird because my parents grew up paycheck to paycheck. They couldn't really afford the cool stuff. So I kind of had to go to school and see everybody else in the cool stuff. And that made me want to say, I want to make shit that people can afford. That's cool. So when I saw this kid with this little Ralph Lauren, I said, your mom paid $75 for that shirt? He said, yeah. I said, and it's just that little thing right there. He said, yeah. I said, so you paid $75 to advertise for that guy? And he said, well, I never thought of it like that. I said, well, this is the greatest scam in the entire world. So, you know, as I was growing up, I didn't really have a drawing of affinity. But I had friends, and you could see in the background, these are all guys that were tattoo artists that I grew up with. And I would tell them my idea, and then they would transform it into whatever it was. So again, you don't actually have to be the talented person. You could just surround yourself with super talented people, you know, and have the ideas to drive it. So that's where the first like clothing line that I did, Shockbox, and we would go to smoke shops and I'd put them in there and stuff like that, and just hustle, man. Just get out there and hustle, and, you know, go to bars where they were playing local and, you know, sell them there and stuff like that. But that's what really got me into t-shirts. And, you know, t-shirts, what I do, it's more than that, man. And people laugh because it's called Redneck Nation. And we also have Patriots Pledge and stuff. And they go, oh, fashion. Ha 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 ha. Listen, anytime that you adorn any kind of clothing with a decoration, that is fashion. And you can laugh all you want, but there's companies like Von Dutch that made billions of dollars, right, with t-shirts and hats and all the rest of it. And that's my thing, is it's the great equalizer, right? It's the last form of freedom of expression. You can't say shit on Facebook and this and that. They took our TikTok.
They did.
T-shirts are the last form, clothing, because this is what I'm saying. And if you want to come take it, you physically got to touch me and take it. So it is the last form to me of expression that's left, because you can walk anywhere with a t-shirt on saying whatever the fuck you want it to say, and there ain't no one that's going to stop you.
Okay.
And that's what we're missing in this country. We're not missing people's rights. What we're missing is people being able to disagree or say, you know what, I don't like that, but guess what? You can do it as long as it's not against the law. And I'll do your thing, and I'll do my thing, and we'll just shut up about it, and we'll just do our thing.
So, okay, question. How did you get away with shoot your local heroin dealer? How'd you get away with that?
It didn't last very long because it didn't last long. And that was one that Ryan had on the truck as a sticker. But it didn't last long because, again, it's one of them things, man, where, you know, it may be cheeky and we know that it's ridiculous and all that.
Fun and
dark comedy or whatever, but they don't think, the people that are in charge of these social media outlets don't think that we're intelligent enough. You have to know that all of the politicians think that we're just cattle.
Yes.
They don't think that we can function or think for ourselves. They think that they have to do it for us. And that's what we are right now. So it didn't last long. And there's been other ones that we had that didn't last long. We had a Proud American Infidel, which is ironic because we're actually making fun of ourselves, right? They're calling us an infidel. So it's like taking the N-word and kind of spinning on it and leaning into it.
Right.
We've had that, and Amazon shut us down, and eBay shut us down. And again, these are their words, not ours, you know, and the same with honky, or the same with God knows, I'm going to get your guys' thing.
No, yeah. I at this point,
honky or any of the, we had a cold
white trash. Somebody was like, oh my God, she really just said that. I was like, because I do white trash hair. Like, it's what I do.
Did they listen? That's the thing. And now we have a pure white trash shirt that we've had forever. And
I need one. I need a package, Bobby.
Listen, that's that tongue in cheek, making fun of ourselves, goofing on ourselves or whatever. And they
don't like that.
Because they don't think that people can determine, what is right and wrong. And that's really where we're at now.
So you said that some of those didn't last long. Why did you stop pushing them, or did?
No, they take them down and then they issue you warnings, and then they will take your account. The TikTok is actually down because of the pure white trash shirt. That was, they said it went against hate guides and this and that. I'm like, but not only to that point, we had to change actual e-commerce sites because of the Confederate flag. We had to move. They gave us 6 days. They said, listen, man, you got 6 days. We had been on there for 11 years. And they said, you got 6 days to move your entire site. And we had to move over to Big Commerce, because Big Commerce is still a little bit where they're out of Texas. And they're like, well, listen, if the federal government allows it and it's not against the law, then we're good. But Shopify is a Canadian company, and that ought to tell you where we're headed.
Right.
You can't sell knives that you would use, when you're baling hay, or when you're, working on your truck or whatever. Can't sell knives, can't sell tobacco, you can't sell anything, ammo, you can't sell any of that stuff. So yeah, it's and then again, with a lot of the stuff, the sayings and whatnot, and it doesn't even have to be anything like cold ass honky or super cracker. We have another one, everybody knows bottleneck super cracker. It doesn't even have to be anything like that. It can just be something that they don't like, or they deem it as hateful. And that's why I keep fighting for what we do. I keep figuring out a way, because the minute that they stop doing that, then our freedoms truly are gone.
Absolutely. Now let's go back. You've been doing this. Well, okay. So this part of it for 11 years, let's go back. So you started the clothing company.
Yep.
And then you stumbled upon musicians.
Yeah. What happened was I was the finance manager at a Polaris dealership. And when I started working there, I started planning the rides, because I'm like, listen, man, you guys are selling these units, and then everybody lives on a zero lot line nowadays. Where are you going to ride them? And I started planning the events, and then going out to the mud bogs, and we kind of started hosting out there, doing host the party after dark. So then what we would do is we would plan rides. Well, while I was out there, I was looking, and I was like, man, there ain't nothing really cool out here. The shirts and stuff were kind of just, vanilla and this and that. So that's where I started Redneck Nation, when I was at the dealership. And then it got to the point where I said, listen, man, I want to do this. This is my dream. It was my dream when I was younger. And listen, I want everybody to understand this too. Just because something takes a pause in your life gets in the way. That doesn't mean that you ever give up or stop on it. Have it on pause, do your thing with your family and all that. That's got to be important at first, but be side hustling. Come home and don't sit there and just watch Everybody Loves Raymond or some stupid rerun for the 7 millionth time. Take that time and do something. Take that time and dedicate it towards what you wanted to do. Because I'm telling you, I swear to you, this is the truth. You take what you love, right? I don't care what it is. There's a whole group of people that love it too. Tikis. Who knew that there's a whole entire trade show of tikis, the wooden things, but they have straws, they have glasses, they have shirts, they have this. This is what I'm saying. Take what you truly love to do, figure out how to make money at it or monetize it, and you'll never, ever feel like you're working again. That is the truth. I love coming up with new designs or coming up with new stuff or seeing people wear our stuff. And then I don't mind. You got to trick yourself into getting up and going to work every day. And normally it's because you work for someone else and hey man, I'm building their dream. As much as I do, I can only do this much. And maybe I'll make a little more, maybe I'll make a little more, maybe, but you'll never, ever be the captain. You have to do that on your own. And if you're working somewhere and you're doing something, if you're at Lopez Landscaping, not, I don't want that to be, I don't want that to be.
Yeah, that's no, yeah.
I got a Lopez Landscaping here because they're out there hustling. But
Yeah.
dude, if he's running it, and I said to him, I said, "You're running the mowers?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "You're running the weed eater?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "So you're running everything. So get your pay, take 30%, put it away. Now you buy your first weed eater. Now you buy your first mower. Now you buy your first thing. And when you're ready, you flip that switch and you do your thing. And you go out on faith because listen, people that are working for these companies, they're finding out real quick. It don't matter how big the company is. When the time comes to lay people off, these upper echelon, they got to figure out how they're firing everybody below.
Exactly.
And that's our workers.
No remorse, no nothing.
That's right. That's right. So you be the driving force. And now more than ever in an economic downturn is when you need to figure out a way to hustle, make extra bank, make extra money. But so that's how it happened. I was working at the dealership. We were going out riding with all the people. I made Redneck Nation. When I was ready, I went out. Now understand, I was in my bedroom with a borrowed computer, right? And I just started hustling, man. I went out to the shows. I hooked up with Darcy from Mud Jug, Portable Spittoons. I'm like, dude, they did. They're guys. I helped him. He helped me. That's another thing. If you're going to get into something, find a like-minded person or a business and push each other. Feed off each other's customer bases. And I don't mean that in a bad way.
In a bad way. No, it's networking. That's what it is.
That's it.
Yeah.
His people were my people. He didn't really sell shirts. I didn't sell spittoons, but now we were together. That's what I'm saying. So listen, fashion and music have been together forever.
Yes.
Going back to Run DMC. I mean, we're talking about forever. So it was only natural that I got hooked up with Jeff McCool from Moccasin Creek.
Yes.
He wasn't even Moccasin Creek at the time. He was with Smo, and they were kinfolk. This is going way back.
Yes, you're going. Yes, I love this. Keep going.
Smo was still on MySpace, and he was getting like 8 spins like a day on MySpace. So, they got together. So then they kind of went their separate ways. And Jeff hit me up. And Jeff said, "Hey, man," and I said, "Listen, I'll get you some money and you could do your first album or whatnot, Brahma Bull." And it was supposed to just be Brahma Bull. And we met him in a parking lot and I gave him $5,000 and I had a little contract I wrote up. And he went and made what turned out to be Moccasin Creek's first album because Charlie Bonnet wound up leaving Smo too. They wound up forming Moccasin Creek. I said, cool. And then the rest is history. Them guys went. I started doing their merch. Then I met Jackie. And listen, and this is something that I want to say. I want to make clear about these guys. These guys they're talented on their own, man. They didn't need anything. But the only thing that they don't have and that they didn't have was the marketing end of it, which I had experience in, and the merchandise end of it, that was it. Me getting with them and just helping them kind of focus and get their stuff organized was all it was. It's not me, a lot of people ask me questions and stuff with Ryan and other stuff like that. Ryan was destined to be where Ryan is. That was never not going to happen. It so happened that I was the one that happened to, I was there and I said, "Listen, man, I mean this, like you got this and all that." You think so? Because he was young and he was, when you're young, you're not really sure of yourself.
Yes.
And he wasn't sure of himself because he was a young guy. But he knew what he could do and he knew what he wanted to do.
But more importantly, you stepped in and you were like, "Hey, let's do this."
Yeah.
And he's seeing you as an older figure.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
I had the business experience. That's it.
Exactly.
Him and Johnny, I remember when him and Johnny met us. Oh, they met me on the turnpike and they had just come down here and they didn't even have, I said, "Man, you can't be driving with no money," and gave him like $100 or whatever. But this is what I'm talking about. This is how far it goes back. But that's the journey, man. And people don't realize that and this is something that I learned with music and artists. When you have an artist that starts out and they blow up and they do their thing, you have fans that are there from that day. And as they get older, 10 years goes by, the fans got older too. The fans grew up too.
But you got another generation coming up.
So the fans grew up too. So the fans understand when it's changed, because people are talking about Ryan doing different genres and doing this and that. But this is the problem with music. You don't do anything new, and they call you boring. You do something new, and they call you, I don't know,
sold out or whatever.
There's people that still want Disney to have the same rides that they had when they were kids. Guess what, dude? Those times have gone on.
They've grown.
Those times have moved on. And these guys are growing up. Jackie's music changed, and we've talked about that. He's like, listen, man, I'm getting older and this and that. I said, so what? So's all the people that love you.
Exactly.
Sing about where you are in life right now, and they will identify with it because they're with you on that journey. So when I saw Ryan's Vines, I knew of him, and there was a kid that we were working with, and he hit me up. He said, listen, you got to see this kid and this and that. And I had heard one of the songs that Ryan had done. I was like, okay, what's happening here? Right. So from that, we just started, working together, kind of helping him a little bit. They got the studio and the van. They started doing the shows and all and the rest. The rest is history.
Yes, absolutely.
But like I said, it was right. All these guys had everything there already. It just, all I did was bring a little bit of the business end of it. And then kind of once they were ready and they got it all, boom. Now B Loose is in charge. B Loose is crushing it. He's crushing it. Everything that he's doing and taking care of things. I'm so happy with that. And then that allows everybody else to branch off and do their thing.
Right. Exactly.
We got our thing going with, Original Rebels, Shine, and all.
You have so much going on. You just did Moonshine.
Yeah.
You got if you want to talk about that, you've got the shirt business. You have the music side of it. Like, you have branched out from so much, and I just want to go on the record for everyone to know I need a Bobby in my life.
Well, I'm here. Listen, and I want to make that clear too, man. I don't have a problem with getting on the phone with anybody any time of the night. If you're going to get out there and you're going to be an entrepreneur, this is the greatest time in the world to make money. This is the great, and listen, and I want to make this clear. I don't say that because people go, oh, you just care about money. No. Money is power. Power is influence, and influence gets you heard. Nobody
Exactly.
give a fuck about what I said. I'm a fat guy with Crocs and socks on, dude. Nobody cared about what I had to say. They care now.
They do.
They didn't care about what Ryan had to say, but they care now.
They do.
Right? Yeah. So this is what I'm trying to tell you. It ain't about the money for the money. It's about the money, what it can bring you as far as, listen, I don't normally do this. It allows us to do a lot of charity work. It allows us to give away far more than we keep. And that's what you're supposed to be on earth for. Yes. You're supposed to be here to be your brother's keeper. Yes, that's it. And if you did that and everybody did that, it would be a much better place. So these guys that are coming up with this music and doing all this stuff, right? They're changing the game. You've seen Jelly. You've seen what happened, right? Mm-hmm. It's no longer deniable, man. It's one of them things where these guys have the secret sauce, and you want to know what that is? Originality, genuineness. When Jackie sings about hunting, running a buck, because every time I try and call him about some kind of business, he's in a tree stand. They're living it. It's authentic, and that's what they don't understand. And that's why with this AI, they're going to be having their own weirdo design, their own new kind of thing. And they won't have to control anybody anymore. They won't have to fight with Taylor Swift once she finally gets everything she wants.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. They no longer competing because it's right here in the palm of your hand.
That's it. It's crazy. But that's how it kind of all started. And then again, like I said, man, I've been a lover of music for, forever. And
do you remember when you fell in love with music? Do you remember how young you were?
I do. I remember being like 6 years old, and I'll probably say some stuff that you guys will be like, what? That was on the radio? But yeah, listen, I was like big and stuff, and everybody was freaking out. There's a lot more competition, right? There's millions of people now making music, right? Yes. Some of them shouldn't be, but There's millions of people making music.
There is
Right?
an over.
And even if someone shits on it and they go, oh, it's not good. Listen, it's good to them, and they're trying to do it, and they're trying to get better.
Right.
So, but think about this. Every iPhone now has GarageBand on it, and these people know how to do it. I had a guy come to install cable. He starts talking to me. He goes, hey man, I record, and he's playing me like his songs on his phone that he recorded, and he's pretty good. So the technology and all that's kind of leveled. So now, versus back then, they put out an album every year and a half, 2 years. Now you see how frequent these things are coming out. I mean, Luke Combs and all of them are dropping albums on top of albums on top of albums because they, and to me, I don't think that's a great thing. I think that rushes the process. I think that some of the most incredible songs are from life experiences. And if you're going so fast, so quick, are you really able to experience those? So it's a crazy.
I think there needs to be a lot of focus on the quality and not the quantity.
Yes, agree.
But that's the new system, man. They're renting this music, and that's it.
But I think that's oversaturating the market at the same time.
You are right.
It's like, oh yeah, I just dropped, like you just said, 32 songs on one album.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It was 32, and I think Morgan Wallen's is 36. Now, don't quote me. One of them, one of the other pop country dudes dropped one that was in the 30s, and then this one was either 32 or 36. But that's my point. How do you drop 36 songs and make all of them authentically? And I'm not shitting on Morgan Wallen, so don't everybody freak out. I happen to like him very much.
He likes him.
Very talented. But my point is, just because my doctor's really talented doesn't mean I'm not going to hold him to a high standard when he's working on me. Just because the chef is in high regard. If it tastes like shit, I'm going to say something.
Yes.
Because you're the customer. So I'm not going to blindly follow Morgan Wallen if he's putting out 36 songs and they ain't all one. And I don't know how all of them could be these epic, legendary songs that have been made in the past. That's my point. It's almost like a diamond, right? You try and make a diamond quicker than you're supposed to, and it's fake.
Going to be, it's going to be And so is your birthday really the 16th?
27th.
It's the 27th of December?
February 27th.
February 27th? Why do you have it on Facebook that it's December 16th?
I don't know. Facebook's lying.
Damn it, Facebook.
They're trying to get me, man.
Damn.
Get me. We were on Fox News we did the I did that sticker, so we were on Fox News. Did you know about that whole stupid thing? But anyway, after that, the I did that stickers. You ever see them on the gas pumps?
Yes.
We made those, right? So the New Yorker did an article on this is the guy who started it. So then the next day, Fox didn't want to be outdone, so we're on there. But I said we're already being listened to by a guy named Larry ever since then, because we got to be on some kind of a list. I mean, we got Seth Anthony, who's about All American Patriots, and we got all the other guys.
Yes,
we're a danger to the current administration.
Absolutely, and they are very worried. Why I actually heard a theory. So Guy states, think about all of the toxic spills that we've had of late. It's all in the Bible Belt where everybody has guns and ammo. They're not going to come to your door and say, hey, come with me. No, they're going to kill you out with toxic fumes. You're going to be dead when they come to get your guns and your ammo. But it's just a theory I heard. There was quite a few animals. They're falling out of the fucking sky.
Well, no, I know there's I just didn't know if there was.
Well, I mean, listen, they say trust half of what you see and none of what you hear, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
So based on that, so we're clear here. There's poor families that have lived out in the rural parts of where cornfields are and stuff for decades that have been made to be considered to be crazy because their great grandfather said he saw an alien, right? And they ostracized them and all that. And now the government says, yeah, they're real, dude. Yeah,
I know
We
exactly.
see them all the time, man. As a
give.
matter of fact, we can't even count them. We see them so much. I'm like, wait a minute.
And
Wait.
they jumped over the wall.
Right? What? Y'all were shooting people at Area 51 and this and that. Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
This is what I'm talking about. All of a sudden now they're just willing to just willy-nilly. And you want to know how messed up our nation is on it? Nobody even, you go to the thing, you go, hey, did you hear that they said there's aliens now? And they go, yeah, I heard that. And he's like, oh, whatever. Hey, what's going on with Vanderpump?
That was,
right?
yeah, they came out with aliens to divert us from the COVID, and it didn't work. They were like, oh, we already knew. Thanks. Let's keep on moving.
Well, this is what it is right now. And this is what I'm saying about entrepreneurship.
Mhm.
If you're relying on these people, right? And this is what they want you to do. They want you to rely on them, and they want to close all these businesses. McDonald's, you can look this up. McDonald's headquarters is closing for a week because they're deciding who they're going to fire and who they're going to keep. That's happening right now. So where I'm going with that is you have to make sure that you're doing something to try and subsidize, because if you're thinking that you're going to stay working for these places, you're not going to. They want you on one economic pay.
Yes.
They want all of you on that so they can control you. Yeah. Because if you have money, then you have freedom. And if you have freedom, then you can tell them to go fuck themselves if they want you
and
to
you're
get
scary
or put on this or do this. And that is ultimately what this current administration wants. I'm not a Trump. I'm not this mindless guy. There's plenty of times I wish he would have shut up. There's plenty of times where I just wish he would have toned it down. Okay. So I'm not a maniac. I'm not this guy that's holding them up. I want whoever's going to be best for us. Yeah, that's why I created Patriots Pledge. I ain't either side. I ain't Republican. I'm gonna call you both dummies. I'm gonna say you both ain't for us. I'm gonna call it out like it is. I want somebody that is going to just be for us and protect our freedoms. And again, like I said, being an entrepreneur, figuring out how you can monetize what you do, what you love. There's guys right now on YouTube that mow lawns and make $60,000, $70,000 for one video.
Because they
go and they volunteer to mow a yard. And if you do the CPM, you do that. This is a person who is mowing yards, and he's figured out a way to do what he does. He goes, oh, this sucks, man. I gotta mow yards. Doesn't suck so bad anymore.
Right, exactly.
You get paid that much money. I saw a girl on TikTok. She's working at Amazon and had the live going. People are giving her tips left and right. She had 6,900 viewers while she's getting double paid.
Double dipping. She has got it going on.
Now all she needs is some merch. And she's has been completed.
Yes.
This is what I'm talking about, man. Do not wait around for these people to hand you stuff or handouts or this or that. Get out there, hustle, do it, get after it. And I'm telling you, there's a million different hustles right now that you can do. But that's how basically it all intertwined, man. Music and fashion and all that good stuff. And then growing up here and just loving my people, the blue collar people, the ones that keep this country rolling.
Yes.
Right? The whole country would shut down. That's motherfuckers. Yep. That's who I'm about. I ain't about nobody else above that pay grade and all that, because I know I've already been there. I've been behind the curtain. I've seen the Grand Oz. So it's all about that.
Well, you were kind of going back a little bit, talking about the companies and where McDonald's shutting down all these people. Disney's laying off 7,000 people.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
See, it's getting so bad.
Oh, listen, I told everybody, I told everybody when we wrote, and on that same note, when I wrote Battleground Suburbia, which is the comic that Mike Barron is writing for us, I said, when they shut this country down, I said, there's absolutely no way that's sustainable. That is not sustainable. You cannot shut down an entire economy and fire it back up and think it's going to work. It will not do it. You know, even if you're in a plane, there's a certain inertia, girth. There's a point that you can't cut them engines back on and pull out of it. Yeah. And I said, this is going to probably be a depression, because you also have China and all the rest of them that are devaluing the dollar on this side. So we've got a weak government that they know. So they're picking the bones, and they know they're pushing us around because we have a feeble old man that doesn't know where he is or what he's doing. And that because we think he's weak. Now he's our president and we know he's weak. Even if listen, I'm not being mean. Anybody
No,
who's
you're
had,
just being honest.
anybody who's had an aging parent or grandparent knows the signs that this man is going through. This man is in full dementia. I'm telling you, he is. I've seen it with Laura's 90-year-old father, man. And that's not me being mean, that's being factual. And this is what the rest of it's, and they say, hey, the teacher's out of the classroom. Let's go crazy.
Exactly.
Butt
And
heels,
that's what we've
and
got
they're
to worry
doing
about.
things, man, that are on fucking scales that's never happened before. China has just bought more gold than twice the amount in civilization that's ever been bought. And they bought it in one purchase because they're backing their own fucking dollar. This
Yes,
is
they are.
they just inked a deal with Brazil that they're going to now exchange, they're going to trade in all their money and they're going to use China's dollar. They just made a deal with OPEC that they're building a refinery for $19 billion in China. OPEC, the one that is supposed to be on our side. So
Right.
anyway, I don't want to be boring or whatever with you guys.
No.
Everybody needs to be vigilant about this and not think that this is not happening. This is what I'm saying about get your side hustle going, get your extra money, get your chips going, get those things, start thinking about those things because it's here, man. And every day that houses don't sell and the interest rate goes up and this, then they're not selling cabinets, then they're not selling this, then they're not selling that.
Yes.
And now these guys are out of work and you see these guys starting to have to sell their tools and starting to sell their trucks. And we're right back to where we were in 2008,
2009. Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
but,
So we can get a hold of you through rednecknation.com.
yes, ma'am. You can get me there. And we're on all the formats and stuff and all that good stuff. And we, Battleground Suburbia will be a limited comic that we're doing. And then it'll be either a movie or TV series. So be looking out for that. And if you think, it's going to be a dark comedy, it's basically about half the country took this stuff and they turned into zombies. And
Sounds like
the other half didn't take the stuff and they now have to fight off the half that was weak-minded and had no faith. So it's going to be a lot of fun and stuff. About a young guy who wants to be a country singer and he winds up blowing up and all this stuff, but he has to come back to help his family. So there's some of that in there with the Redneck Nation journey, and all that stuff. You guys just check out all the artists that are doing great things, man.
Yes. Start listening off.
Pioneer. If you have not already checked that out, Pioneer is out and different and something that I think he needed to do. I think he needed to do that album, and I think he got a lot of stuff out with that.
I do too.
Therapeutic, but that's what I'm talking about. How's Morgan Wallen making 474 songs about what? What
exactly? What do you have to say?
Mailbox. I got myself some bills. Like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
You're on tour. You're not experiencing anything. What's going on here? So,
and then Seth Anthony just dropped something, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Well, Whiskey Notes was the album, the EP that he dropped. But he also has some singles and stuff. We're working with him. I got to go up to Kentucky, Bourbon 30. We're doing his Seth Anthony bourbon.
Oh my God. When you come up, you got to hit me up so I can come down.
Yes, for sure.
I will come down.
Is our distillery. Cecil's taking care of us. So that's where we're doing the moonshine, but we're also doing Seth's bourbon. We're also going to be doing some other artists. We're getting them their own alcohol lines as well.
Well, you need to hook me up with these artists so I can be interviewing them. What are we doing?
Yes, for sure. Jackie, Bottleneck.
Yes.
Has a new album coming out. Should be dropping soon. We got, we're doing a Warzone album. It's a gaming inspired album that we're dropping here. We're doing that in the new studio. You guys are really like this one. Like it's really fun and really cool. And it goes out into that big ocean, right? So it's not just in the country rap genre necessarily. This is going out into
outside of the bubble.
That's it, man. That's it.
Outside of the bubble.
We're doing that. Then we just all kinds of stuff. We got the Southern Fire Heat Challenge. You like hot stuff? I'll send you guys some of the challenge.
I can't do that, Joe. Oh my
They
God.
do the Pacquiao and the Death Nut and all the rest of the crazy stuff.
I would be thrown. No, I can't. I can't. Joe, you got to take one for the team. But you didn't do it for Monday Love.
It's baby cry.
Okay, well, you got to do it for Monday Love. Come on, Bobby. Tell him he's got to do it for
no,
Love.
listen, I'm of a different belief. But what I did do is when I did this challenge, I had done some of the other challenges, and the problem is they use this pepper extract, which is really bad. It makes it super hot, but you get cramps and all this other stuff. When I worked with my guy to make this one, there's no cramping, there's no nothing. It is super hot and it is super uncomfortable. But like I said, it doesn't have it. Jericho was just here. He did the death chip challenge upstairs, and he was in the bathroom like writhing in pain, man. And I'm like, what the like no
Wow. So yeah, no, I'm good on.
So this is all natural ingredients, and and again, you get the fun of it, and you get to see your friends. It's so hot.
How much opiate capsaicin is there?
It's like I think it's the same as the bomb. It's like 15 million or whatever Scoville, but Scoville's really hard too. Yeah, Scovilles are hard because everybody's got their own measure of them. So extremely hot, but again, it's more on the safe side or whatever, but got that going on and stuff. But I appreciate you guys having me. I hope it wasn't too boring.
No, my God, dude. Okay, so rednecknation.com.
Yes, ma'am.
That's how
patriotspledge.com.
Patriotspledge.com.
That is something that's that we're actually looking for a veteran charity to give it to. What I want to do is I want to give Patriots Pledge to this veteran, and then it basically just folds in on itself. Like we just had an incident where, and this is something that I'm only talking about, I'm not going to mention names, but we just had a Marine kill himself. He actually committed suicide. He has 2 babies, and he has a wife that he left behind. And this is what we're talking about. This is the world we're living in right now, that this person, gave and sacrificed, and now it was so bad off that he thought that killing himself was the answer. So this is something that's not being talked about men, about the suicide rate in men in general has skyrocketed. I don't mean
because men were raised from childhood, suck it up, don't cry, but rub some dirt on it, don't have emotion, don't feel. And now this is what's happening.
Right. But now more than ever, with all this trans this and trans that, now more than ever, it's toxic man. Look at all of your movies. Look at all of your TV shows. The man is the buffoon. He's the idiot. He's the numbskull, right? Yes. He's the butt of everything. And this is what young men are now seeing, right? They're seeing this as growing up, and then they're seeing don't be this and don't be toxic and don't be this. But that's what men are. That's how God created men and women. That's why we're different. That's why it works. That's why the parts are interchangeable. Just like when you get your Chevy and they bolt up.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what's up. They bolt up correctly. And you know why? If you change it, you void the warranty. Don't be voiding my warranty, people. Don't be doing it.
Don't void the warranty.
Don't do it. Don't be cutting off or modifying nothing, man. Because he says, no, this is it. Love it how it is. That's it. Figure it out. But
I love you, Bobby. I still need you.
That's what Patriots Pledge I want it to be about. We're putting a roof on this man's wife's house, totally taking care of it. 10 grand, boom, it's done. And the reason why we're doing that is because we're supposed to. Yeah. When we have, we give. When we do, we should. And that's where we're at. So Patriots Pledge, that's what I want it to be. That's what it's going to be. And that's all we got going on, man. We got a bunch of, but you guys are more than welcome to ever come here to HQ. It's kind of overwhelming.
Yes. Exactly where at in Florida?
We're in Fort Pierce, Florida.
Oh my God. Wait, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Bobby, I'm supposed to be coming. Just stay. Just hang out. She's
glitching. She's glitching. What's happening?
It's me. It's totally me.
I don't know.
Yeah, but we're here in Fort Pierce, Florida. Mud Jug Portable Spittoons. It's also our other company that we know. They are next door. You guys can come by there. We do Celebrity Dipper. We have different celebrities come here, make their own hydrofilm, and then dip their own jug pattern.
Hell
That
yeah.
is so cool.
Yeah, you guys can come by, check it out. It's pretty cool. It's like it's the redneck fantasy factory. That's what
Yes.
that's what I'm going for. We're gonna have some foam pits and all this other stuff.
Early May. I might need to crash on your couch.
Yeah, listen, we got plenty of room. Everybody comes
You're-
down. Right
you're
now,
gonna-
just so you know, I have Camo Ken and I have Mike Manick in my house right now. It's like the rap house. So Jackie was just here. We got the. I'm gonna start a reality show called The Rap House, and we'll just have all of them mug up in one house. And Mike Manick came down. I get rappers to come and fix our stuff. He built us a washout tank. Jackie came down and built something. Mike's here helping build the studio. Camo's here helping build the studio. Because that studio is going to house whoever. If you guys, whoever come by, listen, man, this is going to be a different kind of studio. Y'all want to come by and do some stuff? Come on by. I don't care as long as you don't tear shit up or whatever. We'll help you. If you want to get into music and you want to learn about some stuff, you can come by here. We're going to have it.
It's
I
happening.
definitely want to hit you up on some other entrepreneurs.
It's happening. Yeah, we need you to hang out. We need to go ahead and wrap, but we need you to hang out and just chill for a minute. Let us wrap up, and then we'll dip into a back room and let the other show go on. That's supposed to be on.
Well, I thank you guys for having me, and I had a great time, and I think your guys are doing a great thing. And listen, keep at it. I'm telling you. We talked. I told you. You've got it all down pat. Now you just need to figure out how to convert it, and then you're on your way.
Yes, that's why I have a Bobby in my life now, and I got this end, and yes, absolutely. So yeah, hang out for me for just a minute. We're gonna go ahead and wrap, and then we've got so much to talk about.
You got it, hon.
Thank you.
Man, great show.
What a great interview. I knew it.
Got all kind of things going on.
So much. I know so much going on. Yes. So
Guys, we're at that time of the night where we got to wrap it up. I know we're all sad. Another ending to a great interview on Monday Love. But I wanted to give a couple shout outs real quick. I just want to make sure a big shout out to Angified Presents. They've got so many shows going on, working together. Such a great team. Everybody on there is such a tight family. We love them all.
yes, we love them.
Part of their family.
So
now.
blessed.
And then we go all these graphics and logos and shirts and things, which is funny since we just talked to Bobby that's got way more than what I got going on. But get a hold of me at JK Multimedia Productions, and we can figure out a way to tell your tale. Miranda Monday, networking, consulting, raccoon hunter, and stalker. No,
Yes.
no, seriously, man, get a hold of Miranda. She is reaching out. She's talking to so many different artists. She's working to network and grow and grow and grow. Get a hold of Miranda Monday and figure out how we can put you on a show, or
Get you in a show, or get you linked up with somebody. Man,
let us know if you got artists you want to see.
Let me know.
Message.
Yes.
If you got your, hey man, you guys should really talk to this cat. Let us know. We'll do our best to get them on, or
Absolutely.
Or we'll figure out what we can do. So
absolutely. Yeah. And you guys, you all have hated a Monday once or twice in your day. So let Monday love you. See you guys next week.
I'm gonna spread love or hate. I'm gonna spread love or hate. I'm gonna spread love or hate.
all right.
Tony. Where's Tony?
He's coming.
Okay, so we're still recording, so but we should not be. We are still alive. Yes.
Don't tell them where the secret plans are.
I know exactly.